Hello, welcome to EpiChip channel. Today we are going to see how can you write Markdown very easily on Mac OS. So Markdown, in case you don't know, is a lightweight markup language. Uh, you can write your content in Markdown format and then automatically convert it to HTML. On Mac, I recommend using MacDown app. Why MacDown? Because this is free and open source, right? It's a Markdown editor for macOS. Think of it as a fancy notepad or a text edit. But in this editor, you write your content in Markdown format, and then you can automatically convert it into HTML format. To install Markdown, you can visit this website. I will also put the URL of this website in the description of this video. Once you're on this website, on this top right corner, you will see this button to download Markdown. It's a free software, so you can download it for free. When I click over here, it will ask me for a location to save the files to. Once the app is downloaded, you can click on the file and then it will automatically extract the app from the zip file. Once this is done, you can drag and drop this app into your applications folder. Once you have done this, you can now see the Markdown app over here. Now if I go to Launchpad, I'll go back to Launchpad, and if I search for Markdown over here, I can see that the app is installed. Alternatively, I can also go to Spotlight and type Markdown, and I can see that the app is installed now. I'll now open this app. Now when you see this warning, which says it cannot be opened because the developer cannot be verified, right? And it seems like the only option is to move the file to bin, but that's not the case. You can just hit the cancel button here, go to your Apple icon in the top left corner, click on System Preferences, then click on Security and Privacy. Over here at the top, you will see the General tab. Click on General tab, then click on this lock icon in the bottom left corner. Okay, there is some issue here. I'll go back. I'll come back inside and try to click the icon. Now you will have to enter your password or use the fingerprint on your Mac. I'm going to use my fingerprint. Now you will notice that the lock icon is now shown as unlocked, right? Over here you can see Markdown app was blocked from use because it is not from an identified developer. You can click on this button open anyway, and then it says it gives you this warning, but because it's a free app, it's unable to verify the developer. So all you have to do is click on the open button over here and the app will open finally, right? And you don't need to do this every time. So now I can click on the lock icon and I can close this security and privacy window under system preferences. Now even if I quit Markdown and try to open it again, it opens because now I have trusted the developer who has created this app. Now, once you have opened this editor has two panes. There is a left pane, which is sort of a blue color, a dark blue, navy blue color. And on the right side, I can see a white background, a window with a white background. So now if you know the HTML format, and if you know the Markdown format, and you want to write content in Markdown format, you can just start typing in the left hand side window. So for example, in Markdown, if I need to create a heading 1, I just use a hash followed by the text. So I can say heading 1, then I can say heading 2 for 2 hash. Then I can say heading 3, then heading 4, and so on. If I need to create a link, there's a markdown syntax, and if you're not aware of the syntax, you can simply visit the official website at this URL. I will also be putting the link to the Markdown syntax official website in the description of the YouTube video. So you can simply visit this website, and over here you can see, different formats that are supported in Markdown by either clicking on basics, or you can click on the syntax to see a more comprehensive documentation on how to write content in Markdown. Going back to a sample document, since I already know Markdown, I know that to add a link, I can just put the text in square brackets. So I can just say this is a link, and in the normal brackets, I can put the URL. Now, one thing you would have noticed by now, while I'm typing any content on the left hand side, on the right hand side, the preview is getting generated automatically. This is one of the reasons I like Markdown a lot, because I can see a live preview of how the content would look when it is rendered as HTML. Now, if I need to bold some text, I can say this is bold text. I can just put the text inside asterisk, and it becomes italics. But if I put double asterisk, it becomes bold. Now you can see on here on the right hand side, the word bold is automatically shown as bold font. There's other things also we can do here. For example, I can have a bulleted list by simply writing it with dash. So I can say item 1, item 2, item 3, and so on. Right? There are also some shortcuts here at the top. So if you are not sure how the Markdown syntax works, you can simply, I can simply click on this bold button, and it automatically puts the syntax in the editor window. And all I have to do is I have to type at the place where the Markdown editor has put the cursor. So if I say this is also bold, you will notice that the syntax is automatically taken care of. If you want to put a link, there's a button over here at the top saying link. Simply click on it, and it gives you the syntax. So you can say another link, and you can put yahoo.com maybe. I don't know if Yahoo is still around, but let's try it. Once you have written all the content and you are happy with the content, a very useful feature is to go to File menu and click on Export. When you click on Export, and then you click on the HTML or the PDF option. If I click on HTML, I can select a folder here. Let's say I'll create a test MacDown folder, and I'll call this as test.html. I will also export the same document as a PDF, and I'll say test.pdf. Now, once I've done this, I can go to my Finder window, go to the folder that I have just created, and if I open the test.pdf, I can see that it has automatically generated a very clean, very nice looking PDF file of my contents. If I click on HTML file, the file automatically opens in my default web browser. In this case, it is Chrome, and I can see the content as HTML. So this is essentially a web page which I can now, if I click on view page source, I can see that it is all well formatted as a very nice HTML. So that's all. I think Markdown has many other features. Um, For example, you can modify how the window looks when you're authoring the content. Usually, I like 1:1 split. You can also utilize some of the shortcuts here to format the content. It also has a repository of plugins, and you can insert images using this button. You can add some code, inline code within the content. You can put a quote within your content. So if I want to put a quote over here, I can simply click this button and say this is a famous quote by famous person unknown. So it automatically, here on the right hand side, you can see it automatically just formatted it as a quote style. That's it. I hope you found the video useful. Markdown is free to use and it's open source. So you can download it from the website. The link will be in the description below. If you like this video, please don't forget to like the video. You can also subscribe to our channel if you want to stay updated about the free tools that you can use on Mac, Windows, or Linux. That's it. Have a nice day.